Hi guys, so in this tutorial I will show you how you can handle radio buttons in Selenium and Java. So this is the website that we will be working with today. We will click the red radio button for start. Okay, so let's get into the code. So on the top here I already have my setup codes ready. So I've already set up Chrome driver path, initialize WebDriver, and navigating to this website. So I'll post this website link in the description so you can also use this as practice too. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is we want to select a radio button, right? And for this case we want to specifically select this red color radio button. Okay, so what we have to do is to create a new web element, create a new instance of the web element object. We call it radio button, and then equals to driver.findElement by its ID. So the ID is red. You can do this by right clicking and then inspect the red radio button, and then you can use either selector sub or you can also see it from here. It's red here, and with selector sub you can also see ID is red over here. Now you paste it inside here, and then we will call the .click method below here. Okay, so let me comment these codes first because we don't want to execute them, and then I will run the program to show you what this looks like. So you'll see here red is being selected over here. Okay, so the next thing we want to do, let me uncomment this. The next thing we want to do is we want to verify the selected radio button. So in order to check whether the radio button is selected, first thing we can do is we can declare a boolean variable. So in this case is selected, and then equals to the radio button web element dot is selected. So this is selected method returns a boolean value. So since we click the red radio button here, this means that this will be returning true. So the boolean value for is selected will be true. And then when we print out, it will print out true also here, right? So let us run the program and let's see if that is the case. So red is selected here. And here you can see that red radio button selected is equals to true. Okay, so this is how you can verify if it is selected. So very good for test automation cases. Okay, now for the last one, our last use case is we want to, let me uncomment this. We want to select a specific radio button from a group. Sorry, let me just close this window and bring you to this page. So here you can see there is a select your favorite sport. You have basketball, football, tennis. So this is a group of radio buttons. And let's say you want to select basketball from this group. So what we can do is we will first have to create a list of web elements, and let's call this sport radio buttons. And then inside to find the spot radio buttons, we will find elements by the name spot. So how you get this name spot is by right-clicking on this element, and then you'll see that there is this name spot right here using selectors hub. But also you can see it here, over here, name equals spot. So this will locate this spot group. Okay. Now after that's done, we can go ahead and use a for loop to iterate through all the radio buttons inside this spot radio buttons list. And we will use an if statement to check that if the get attribute value equals basketball, then we will click the radio button. So let me show you what I mean by this. Get attribute value. So if we inspect here, you can see that the value here is basketball. So because it fulfills this condition, basketball value equals basketball, this radio button will be clicked. And once it has clicked, then it will break the for loop. So let's see whether the program clicks the radio button called basketball. Let's run. Basketball now. So previously it was in tennis, and then it went to basketball. Okay, so those are the three things that you can use a radio button for. You've learned how to select a radio button. You've learned how to verify if a radio button is selected, and also how to select a specific radio button from a group. That's all.